Now you can go a long way with the built-in choices, but sometimes you're just going to have to go beyond that. Let's go on to the next worksheet for Format Series. Select the chart. If you need to reach the Format dialog box for any particular element, there are 4 different ways to access that. If you're comfortable with the built-in drop-downs, open any of them. You can choose the More option at the bottom to reach the Format dialog box. Depending on which element you're formatting, there can be anywhere from 2 to 7 items along the left-hand side, and within each category, there'll be many more settings that you can create. Now, if you remember on the grid lines drop-down, we had 5 choices. By going to the Format dialog box, you have access to the full range of changes that you can make to each element. Now, the one problem with this method of using the More option is that the most important element is missing from the ribbon. There is no option for the series. If we want to change the color of each series, we need to format the series, and there is no built-in drop-down for series. We have a couple of options. The first option is to actually click on one of the series. So if I click on the blue columns, I've now selected the series. Sometimes, though, you have data on a chart where the first series is so small you can't see it at all. If it's not possible to click on the series, you then have to go to the current selection group. Now, this is on the left-hand side of the Layout ribbon and on the same spot, the left-hand side of the Format ribbon. There's a drop-down at the top of that group that lists most of the items that you can format. From this group, we can choose Series Central, and you see that I've selected the red columns. Once I've selected the item, I now have 3 choices to reach the Format dialog box. The Control-1 shortcut key is usually the shortcut to format cells, and it turns out that it's the shortcut to reach the format box for this element. You can also select an item and get to the Format dialog box in one command by right-clicking and choosing the Format option from the bottom of the menu. Finally, the other option, after choosing an item from the current selection, use the Format Selection button. This button is in both the Layout tab and the Format tab of the ribbon.